So are there any situations where we should disengage, and what are the best practice for disengagement? Who wants to take this one?
I mean, it's a question and it's an ijtihad.
Yeah.
Engagement, the Prophet gave people, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the option to disengage or to engage. That's an option for people. Right. So this idea that everybody has to be engaged, I don't agree with that. And the Plato, who was a great philosopher and political scientist, he ended up engaging. He didn't want, like you said in your speech, then you thought, am I just to write another book? Plato thought, am I just going to write another dialogue? Mm-hmm. So he went to Syracuse. He almost ended up getting killed because the ruler there ended up, Dionysius, ended up almost killing him. And then he convinced him to come back, and he made the mistake of going back a second time. It was even worse. And he actually ended up being sold into slavery, right? So at the end of his life, he wrote what's called the seventh letter, and he said sometimes the situations are so bad that one is left to remain quiet, pray for his own salvation and for the salvation of his country. And that's a question, but the Prophet ﷺ said, the best of you are those who engage, man khalat an-nas, that get in with the people, وَيَصْبِرُوا عَلَى أَذَاهُمْ, and they're patient with the harm that comes from that. And so it's difficult to do that because people are going to attack you and people are going to question your sincerity. I mean, all of that is good. I've had enough encomiums to last 10 lifetimes. So I'm gray hair, I'm over 60, I could care less now. I really could but if people think I'm going to risk my akhirah, I don't get any money from I've never taken any money. The honorariums I've been given from the governments, I've distributed, so I know what I'm doing and I know what my heart is, and I take istikhara, I listen to my teacher and I pray istikhara. I don't do anything just to do it. So I think people have to do an ijtihad. But the last thing I want to say is that every action that a human being does falls under one of 5 categories. It's either prohibited, it's either disliked, it's permissible, it's recommended, or it's an obligation. The only one you're supposed to condemn is the one that's prohibited and agreed upon its prohibition. And so this idea of just prohibiting, like, who are you to tell people what they can or cannot do? If you want to criticize that, fine, but at least if you're a Muslim, do it with the adab of Islam. Right. I mean, we have comportment and just... من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت. The Prophet gave us 2 choices, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whoever believes in God in the last day, speak good, say something beneficial, call me up, tell me you're crazy, what were you thinking, right? But this idea of just slandering and attacking and saying libelous things, I mean, I feel sorry for you on the Day of Judgment.